This is Stylations Posse, and I'm your host, DJ Stylations. This show is very much unfiltered and unapologetic. If you can't handle the brutally honest truth, then baby, this show is not for you. And I'm here with your co-hosts, Big Reg and Jazzy Love. Hi, nice to meet you, Kai.
Nice to meet you too.
Welcome to Stylations Posse. I'm DJ.
I'm Jazzy Love. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Great, actually.
That's good.
Now, I heard a little bit about your story as we talked earlier. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I am currently 19 years old, but my story started when I was 2 months 18. 2 months after I turned 18, I had 2 cerebral hemorrhages.
Okay.
Or brain hemorrhage.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
And yeah, so in the past year, I've actually gone from a vegetable to a currently normal young guy. Well,
Okay.
normal
Cool.
in between quotation marks.
Okay. Now, do you experience any side effects from your injury or your I don't want to call it an injury, but
Well, you can call it an injury. It's a brain injury.
okay, well, do you have any side effects from your injury?
I wear a brace for my left knee because when you have brain damage, spasm is one of the most common occurrences with brain damage. And so my brain sends too many signals to my knee, and my knee gets overloaded, in which my knee snaps back. So it doesn't know when to stop. When let's say normal people like you guys walk, your knee knows when to stop because it has a reflex.
Right.
In my head, the reflex is gone, so my knee snaps back insanely hard. And if I don't wear the brace, I get a knee injury. And to be very frank, I don't need a knee injury. I've already got brain damage. I don't need a knee injury. One is enough.
Right. Exactly. So is that something that you have to wear like 24/7, the brace?
No, only when I walk.
Okay.
Okay. Now, can you tell us a little bit more about when did it all happen? When did it start?
And what actually like caused? Do they know like what happened? What was the reason why everything happened to you?
They don't know the reason, first and foremost.
Okay.
That I'll get into that later. But how it started was I was working out, which I did every day. If I worked out 4 to 6 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working out in the garage. I went back because I had a headache that was killing me. Like literally, I felt like my brain was bursting out of my head.
Oh my God.
So I went inside and I sat on the couch. And my parents, I told my mother, if you stand to the right of me, I can't see you. If you stand to the left of me, I can see you.
Oh my goodness.
So I lost vision in my right eye. That's
Now,
when they
did that
knew,
happen
okay.
instantly?
No, well, kind of. When I walked back to the house, I could see that I was losing vision in my right eye, which sounds funny, but yeah, I could see it.
Now were you experiencing any pain at that time or just a vision?
Vision and headache. Huge headache.
Okay. Now, what kind of headache was it? Was it like throbbing or was it like pulsating?
It was, I think more pulsing. So it was pulsing on the left side of my head, where don't know the English word for it. Sorry, but
Like the crown of your head?
yeah.
Oh wow.
So that's where it was hurting intensely. So I went inside, told my parents, okay, I can't see you when you stand to the right of me, I can't see you when you stand to the left of me. They knew, okay, something is wrong. They called my neighbor, who is, by coincidence, a doctor.
Okay.
He came over, he performed tests. He ran tests even for brain hemorrhages. And the test for brain hemorrhage is you have a tingling sensation in your limbs.
Mm-hmm.
Your face begins to paralyze, so face paralysis. and the motor function in your limbs isn't working properly, so you can't move your left leg, left arm, right arm. You get the picture.
Now, did you experience any paralyzation in your face?
Nope, nothing. So I didn't have any of those symptoms. So what the doctor had said to me, because yeah, I didn't have any symptoms except for a huge headache. So the only thing he could think of, which was understandably a migraine. So he told me, you have migraine. Go upstairs, take some rest, go to sleep. Everything is going to be all right.
Okay.
Okay.
If I'd done that, I would have been dead.
You're right, exactly.
Right. Okay.
What happened right after this? Well, for me, it suddenly went black. And but my parents told me I had an epileptic attack, and they called the emergency services. They came over, rushed me to the hospital. Surgeon was flown in by helicopter. They performed an emergency surgery on me, and they told my parents that I had a 5% chance of surviving the night.
Okay. You said 5% chance?
5% chance, yeah. And if I did survive the night, I had another 95% chance of being brain dead. Or, well, they didn't know in what kind of state I would awake.
Right.
Now, how long was it going on? Like, was there a specific time frame?
Yeah, so we have security cameras around the house,
Mm-hmm.
and it actually captured when I was walking towards the garage and when I walked back. So 8:30, 8:31 or something is when I walked towards the garage, and 8:75 or 8:50 57 was when I walked back from the garage. So 20 minutes later, 27 minutes later.
Okay.
And that's when it started happening. Then the ambulance came at like 11 p.m. So it started at 8:30, and 11 p.m. I was rushed to the hospital.
And you never lost consciousness or anything, did you?
I did. When the epileptic attacks happened, everything went back for me. And now the scariest part is about to occur. That was, for me, it was mere seconds. Everything went black. I woke up. I couldn't move, couldn't speak. It was in a strange place with people I didn't know.
Right. I can only imagine.
And in real time, 2 months had passed. But in my head, it was like mere seconds.
So you was in a comatose state?
For 2
Yeah,
months?
yeah.
Oh.
I was in the hospital for a month, and then I was in a comatose state for like a month. But I woke on the 16th of July. So my accident happened on the 12th of May, the evening of the 12th of May, and I woke on the 16th of July.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
I know that was
This is a
kind of hard
miracle.
on your family to have to go through that for that long time.
Yeah, well, then, well, something I was locked in because I couldn't move, and the medical term is locked in because you're alone, locked in your body with your thoughts.
Right.
Because you can't move, can't speak, you can't let them know that you're awake.
Oh, so you can move your eyes and stuff?
I could, yeah, I could look around the room, but I could already do that. So I was just looking through people because I wasn't conscious because there was no light behind my eyes.
But you were there, but not there.
I was there, but I wasn't there. My consciousness was still away, but I was awake. I could, well, I could drink. No, I could drink. I could look at people, but I was actually looking through them.
Now, were you able to like eat or anything? Did you? I know you
No,
talked about that.
I had a nostril in which food was directly pumped into my stomach. I still had that when I awoke. I think I had that for like 2 weeks after I awoke. I still had a nostril in my nose, and I still had food directly pumped into my stomach.
So when were you able to fully like start eating on your own again?
Uh, when I started talking again.
How long did it take you to start talking?
That's actually a very funny story because I don't remember when I first could say some words, but I do remember when I first started talking. That was, I could say yes and no because I had vocal therapy and they wanted me to talk again. Because, yeah, understandably. And
No.
so I could say yes and no. So my dad thought, okay, if you can say yes and no, you can say Kai and Nico. Nico is my dad's name. So he practiced with me for like 10 minutes. Say Kai and Nico, Kai and Nico, Kai and Nico, repeatedly. Then he went home because I stayed in the rehabilitation center 24/7. And the next morning came. A nurse came. She knew I couldn't speak, so she was just quietly doing her business. She rose the curtains, and I told her in a full sentence, "Could you please close the curtains again?" I couldn't speak before that. I could only say yes and no, and suddenly I could say full sentences without stuttering even a bit. I was very monotone and I was whispering, but I could say full sentences.
Now, throughout this experience, what would you say was the most challenging thing for you?
Staying positive.
Staying positive.
Because I was an 18-year-old kid who was 3 days for his, it was 3 days before my high school exams. I had signed in for university. I had booked a vacation. I was looking at apartments. And suddenly, all my friends went on with their lives. They uh, had a gap year. They went to university. They started working. And I was learning every basic function you can think of again.
Yeah, I know that had to be challenging.
So, did you have to learn how to write again?
No, unfortunately not, because my left side is the one that's lacking behind, as to speak. But my right side is perfectly normal,
Okay.
and I'm
So,
right-handed, so that's
so
fortunate.
what would you call the actual medical term for what you had?
Medical term is a cerebral hemorrhage. In the mouth of the people, it's more like a brain hemorrhage, so bleeding in the brain. And I don't know if any medical personnel is listening, but I had two blood vessels burst. One was in the back of my head, and that one was 4.5 centimeters long, which is about 2 inches,
Oh my
which
god!
is huge. It's huge. It's a pool of blood was taking up space in my head of around 2 inches, a little less than 2 inches.
This is a miracle.
Right, definitely.
So the one in the back probably started. That's what I was told by the doctors or by my neurotherapist. That the one in the back probably started and that it caused so much pressure that on the left side of my brain also burst.
So that explains why you had them so many back to back.
I had two at the same time, yeah. Then to come back to your question, I didn't have a cause. I worked out 4 to 6 times a week, didn't smoke, didn't drink, didn't use drugs. So I was a perfectly healthy guy. I ate healthy food. I didn't do anything abnormal except for studying like 12 hours a day.
Okay.
Now, is this
So
something that they say may happen to you again, or they don't know?
nope, no. I had brain scans performed on my brain, and they didn't find a cause, which is you could see it as a bad thing because I don't have closure. Because why did it happen to me?
Right.
Why did I have to have this experience? But I also see it as a blessing because that's one of the things I take into my strength is trying to see things positively. And because if they'd found a cause, it would have happened again. Let's say you have high blood pressure, weak blood vessels. they told me, okay, you have a chance of it happening again. But because we didn't find the cause of the brain hemorrhage, there's no big chance of it happening again.
Hey everybody, it's your co-host Big Reg with the word of the week. The word of the week is ambition, a strong desire to do or to achieve something, typically requiring determination and hard work.
This is Anniversary by Bando Too Tatted from his debut album From the Fora, exclusively on Audio Mag.
Bando man, that young tatted gentleman for real. They be like, why you always say yes, man, yes, sir? That's how I raised. Shout out my mom, you got me.
So on this.
You could tell by the way I talk, I was raised the right way. I'll never see you drop sunny days, still bring rain. I'll never chase the clout to top fame, but still the same. I'm still the same. I'm still the same. You can tell by the way I talk, I was raised the right way. I'll never see you drop sunny days, still bring rain. I'll never chase the clout to top fame, but still the same. I'm still the same. I'll never change. No anniversaries, cause we never established a date. Like who to tell me I could only take you out one day? No matter weather, baby, you know you brighten my day. Yeah. You brighten my day every time I step to see your face. I be sitting all alone, thinking about when you gon' come home. Trust issues fucked up from going through your phone. Like you know, that little boy done turn into a man. He grown, but need a strong, independent woman by his side. Gotta know that you're gonna ride. Times get hard, but I promise, baby girl, I ain't never lied. You know that time flies when we getting high. You know time flies. We can make it stop. You can tell by the way I talk, I was raised the right way. I'll never see you drop sunny days, still bring rain. I'll never chase the clout to top fame, but still the same. Still the same. No anniversaries, cause we never established a date. Like who to tell me I could only take you out on one day? No matter whether, baby girl, you know my day. You bright my day, yeah. See, he been broken, but knowing that he chosen. Gotta stay focused, girl, you the bomb. And I ain't talking about low, just wondering what's pumping through his veins. It's so potent, scrolling on the ground, and everyone cheering for a road. And you can tell by the way I talk, I was raised the right way. I'll never see you drop sunny days, still bring rain. I'll never chase the clout to top fame, but still the same, yeah. I'm still the same. I'll never change. No anniversaries, cause we never established a date. Like who to tell me I could only take you out one day? No matter whether, baby, you know you brighten my day. Yeah. You brighten my day every time I step to see your face.
The chance for it happening again are just as slim as for you guys, and I truly hope that that's very slim.
Right. But that's definitely a blessing. Then I'm glad. Definitely blessed.
Yeah.
So I heard you got a book coming out, or is it already published?
I'm currently writing it.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
In the book, I am discussing my method on how to stay positive and how to look at if it's an internal problem or an external problem, because rehabilitation is 20% physical, so it's physical therapy, but it's mostly mental, because you have to stay positive. You have to you have to stand up when you're defeated. You have to stand up when you're not improving as much as you would like, And you have to mentally accept that you're never going to be the same person again. And that's not because you have given up. It's because, well, you've been through a traumatic experience. You're never going to be the same again.
Right.
Okay. Now, do you have a set due date that you want this to come out, or is this in the workings?
This is in the workings. But the one thing that I do need, that's because writing a book is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And I do really want to share my story and share what has made me happy and what I've learned. But I know that not everyone can come to my public speakings, so I want to make it more accessible. But in order to do that, I need, well, to say very materialistic, I need money, and that's just one of the problems I've got.
Right.
Mhm.
Now, with that being said, do you have a fundraiser link? Do you have any funding page for the book?
I have a funding page. That's paypal.me/KAJNSMIT. So Kai Smit, Kai and Smit.
Okay. And how can people reach you with your social medias and your site?
I've got a website which is kajsmit.com. That's where you can send me a message. You could also find me on LinkedIn, kajsmit. And yeah, that's.
All right. It was nice talking with you, Kai. And you have an amazing story. Your testimony is very much amazing.
Yes,
Very
definitely
much
have a
a
powerful
miracle.
testimony, and I'm very glad that you made it out your situation. And I'm definitely rooting for you and everything that you have. Much success to you, and definitely with your book and everything. But yes, I'm glad that you got to, express your story and let the world hear, what you went through. And especially, I know I'm excited for your book because I know going through that was not easy and definitely mentally challenging. So I know you have some good things in store for us for your book. So, like I said, good luck with everything and much success to you.
And I can't wait to see what you got next.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so our website is officially live. Y'all can go look at it as STYLATIONSSPOSSE.rocks. Again, that is STYLATIONSSPOSSE.rocks. And then on our social medias, you can also look us up and find us as Stylations Posse. The only one that will be different is Twitter, and that will be STYLATIONP. So that's just Stylation P for those of you that's probably wondering. Now, for those of you that want to either be interviewed or you are upcoming artists and you have released music and you would like to, get your name out there or a little bit of publicity, this is, I'm trying to be all-inclusive with this platform, so very much send the music through, I'll review it, or one of my co-hosts will review it, and we'll make our decision based off that. But you can go through our website on the About page, swipe right, and through the type form, you can either ask to be interviewed, like I said, submit a song, or you can leave us a message. But, we'd be glad to see what you guys send through. Also, you could also leave us a voice message. When you do that, you might have to, actually send us an email. So that's why on the page, we actually got it where the email is actually under where it say contact us. So you may actually have to send a regular email, and if you want your voice to be said at the end or in the middle of the show or something like that, then, you just attach your voice message and we'll play it through with the show. We ain't got a problem. But we're trying to be all inclusive with this platform. Stylations out this bitch. I'll see y'all next time. So we're gonna end the show with this. This is Shelltown by Bando Tatted from his debut album, From the Four. You can also find this as a single on all platforms.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes on me.
Better, man. Yeah.
Keep your eyes.
Better, man. Shout out, though. I was like, well, I'm not working. I start working cause my trap started doing numbers. I been sliming niggas out way before Shiesty Summer. You ain't even hit my phone even though you had my number. It's all good though, you done showed your true colors. I ain't tripping off no hood hoe or dead brother. Said that you love me like we had the same mother. Now I'm running these streets, thinking about my dead brothers. And this bitch knee deep, getting it up out the gutter. Popping beans, don't need sleep, feeling drowsy, popping nutter. My bitch, my queen, and I just told her that I love her. With me up in these streets, care for me just like a mother. In these streets we eat, I'ma eat it like a supper. Rolling up my tree, getting tired of blowing bubbles. Knew Cheshire would come with rain, but I didn't expect the thunder. Popping pills for my pain, hoping that the perks numb it. Feeling like a slave with chains, can't seem from get from under. Yeah, can't seem to get from under. Hey yo, babe, you got that blunt ready? Yeah. Look, I come from that foe, I come from the shelter, man. Baby, let me hit that. Tell you about where I'm from real quick. Where I come from, you can't leave the house without your heat. It be some cold niggas out there that be tryna sneak. I'm just tryna go old and have a family. My day one switched up on me, and that shit just baffled me. Yeah, you on day one, yeah, you had the raffle seat. Treating all the get-togethers like a greeting me. Staying masked up, so I had to shout out Shiesty. Staying masked up, even though it ain't Halloween. Couldn't swallow my pride, so I tell her swallow me. You could tell from the eyes that I done been through poverty. When I blow up, pull a Nemo, ain't nobody finding me. You know the memo, yeah, my brothers I never leave in LMBB, man. You know the memo, yeah, my brothers I never leave. Nelly, my brothers, today I die. Even if my life on the line. Even if my life on the line. There was time when my niggas had my back like my spine, and I ain't lying. So behind my brothers slinging that iron. And if you fuck with tail, then you get hit with a 9. Yeah. Better, man. I just come out of the phone, you niggas know what the fuck going on.